Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me on today's webinar. It's always such a pleasure. We are in the last few days of the month, getting ready for Halloween and all that. I'm excited. And then, of course, I'm getting into November, December. I think they're going to be awesome months for us. A lot of things happening. We're hitting that last part of the 30, 60, 90 days thing, right? So November is getting into that 90th or the 90-day section, and I think we're going to see some good stuff coming up. We've heard on our last call, on Tuesday night call, about some of the neat things that are coming. We got to hear from John Holbrook and his experience with the internal exchange or the peer-to-peer network. So it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome what's going on. If you didn't hear it, I think the recording is out there somewhere. But just to summarize, basically, kind of that last final piece that we've been waiting for, right? Because we've gotten all these things all the way up till now. We've got, there's that roadmap document. You guys probably have seen that. It's a PDF, and on that document, it actually shows, okay, here's the steps. This is what we've done so far. We did our initial coin offering. We've got rigs going. We've got our Kala wallets and all those things, right? All these different steps. And then the idea was to have the final two steps on that is Kala integration and then getting on the exchanges, right? So Kala integration, that's kind of the final step to really have things up and running and having that full ecosystem that we've all been waiting for. The idea that, hey, I can do core activities and I can get Kala with a Kala rig. That gives me Kala, right, which is the top of the pyramid, and then, or the triangle, I should say. Don't want to talk about pyramids here. Top of the triangle. And then the last piece is that the redemption side, right, the Reach Redemption Center, and being able to monetize the Kala, converting Kala into Bitcoin or dollars or whatever, right? And that's that final piece. That's what we've been waiting on, and they've been building it, and it's so close, right? We got to hear about it on the call. Very exciting because it actually is, something that is real, that John was able to see and experience, right? And the way he described it was, it's better than he expected. Very easy to use, automated, all that stuff, right? The idea is kind of the way you can think of it is kind of like putting up a classified ad, right? So if you just imagine, if, you go and you put up, hey, I'm selling some concert tickets, right, or something, and so you go on and you put it on there, and then it just kind of like Craigslist in a way, right? So it just the newest ones show up at the top, right? And the new ones come in, and you can look on through there and say, oh, okay, so this person is selling, right? So you have a seller, somebody saying, hey, I'm selling Kala for this much, and it's this price and this much Kala, and then the people just kind of can keep adding on there on whether they're buying or they're selling, right? And very simple. And if you want to do it, if you're, hey, I'm looking to buy some Kala, then you go on there and you just click on it and say, hey, here we go. And you would then send some Bitcoin, right, to them, and it would be automated so that they would get the Bitcoin and you would get the Kala. Very simple. Now, and vice versa, right? If you're the one selling, right, then somebody else wants to buy from you, then they send you Bitcoin and all that. So that's really cool, right? That's the integration. And with that, then they can now start doing where, oh, okay, we can now start taking Kala as payment for membership. We can start, taking Kala as payment for items in the Reach Redemption Center, right? All those things. So it's really a key, crucial point, right? And I'm excited about it because it's, as they said, it's not as soon as you'd like, but sooner than you think. I like that phrase. So what does that mean? Well, we don't have a date. There's no date yet. It's close, right? That's what we know. They're testing it. It's there. It exists. They've been working on it. Till all hours of the night. The programming guys have been in there till 4 a.m, trying to get stuff done and everything. They know it's a priority. They really, really, really want to get it done. And so I think I think we're close. I think we should see in the month of November a lot of this stuff happen. Right now, I'm not going to say beginning, middle, end of November. I have no idea because we just don't know. There's always hiccups. There's always things that can happen, delays and stuff. So I'm just going to say, I think, I think sometime in November is a safe kind of guess. When we can finally start seeing all this. That's kind of been the indication, right? Is, hey, 30, 60, 90 days. We're getting into that 90th month or 90 days area, right? Because it was September, October, now November is so 30, 60, 90. A lot of things are going to happen. We've been hearing about a possible Server X product for legacy, right? For the masses, something that, you don't, if you can't afford to be part of Premier yet, then yeah, we're glad that Premier has been testing all that stuff out. And now they're trying to figure out how to get that available to us that are mere mortals, not in the Premier program yet. And yeah, it's so that's something else they're working on. Obviously, working on making it possible to pay for your Nui membership with not only with calls but with a credit card. Right, that's something that super important. Be able to sign up, just putting in your credit card, and away you go. So a lot of this stuff it's all been worked on. It's all getting finalized, and I think we'll be happily surprised in the next few weeks here as all of these things start to roll out and get announced. So very cool what's coming over the next little bit here, because with that, I mean that's going to let us just go to the races, right? That's the goal. Is we want we're looking for the little guy, looking out for the person that wants to just get in for free, do some core activities, and get those points and trade them in for callas and be able to spend those callas. That the basic, simple concept that is universal and everybody can do. That's what allowed people from all over the world to be interested in this, right? I mean, sure, vintage mining is great, and the idea of mining and getting a weekly payout in mining is awesome. The concept of having comp chain and having your identity protected and your team protected and all that's awesome. All those things are cool, but really, what it comes down to, what people really wanted, is this whole idea of core, doing activities and getting paid for those activities, for doing different offers and stuff. So I'm going to summarize just real quick something that so I think it was, when was it Tuesday or when, I can't remember which day, sometime during the week. So Darren, he actually got on and did a Facebook Live and in Spanish, right? And he was explaining to our Spanish-speaking friends all about this concept of the blockchain and how it works and what it means now for all of us who originally came in with the idea of rank and share, right? Back in the original, in the Divi days and all of that. I know a lot of people on this probably came in after that and were more interested on the mintage side, and that's great. But the original concept, and I think everyone can appreciate this, even those that wanted to come in for on mintage. There's something to be said about being able to get paid for doing things versus selling things, right? That's just it's more natural. Selling is something you got to learn. Selling is something that's not inherent. Well, I guess for some people it might be an inherent ability or whatever, but for most people you got to learn it, right? You got to be trained on how to sell and what to say and everything. But what we're taught from when we're little is do something and get paid, right? From when we do our chores, right? We do the dishes or we mow the lawn or whatever it is that we're asked to do, and we can get paid for it, whether it's an allowance or something, right? That's the concept that we've been taught always, right? Do something, get paid for it. Okay. And so there was this genius idea, the concept that, oh, I could do something and get paid. And then if I'm building a team, right, I get paid on what my team is doing. That's really cool. And nobody has to buy anything, right? And obviously, there are some things you may want to buy, right? Buying is not the issue. It's buying something that's not worth it. That's the problem. When you have a forced auto ship and you're forcing people to buy stuff they don't really want, that's the problem, right? But if people are buying something that they want, then yeah, I mean, we love to buy, we love to shop, right? That's not the problem. Going on Amazon and buying things that we like, great, right? All day long. So that's the issue is just the forced auto ship. So what if you had a way to allow people to join, right? And get involved in a platform and have that platform now allow individuals to either do things or buy things too, right? But buy things that they want, right? Not a forced, oh, you've got to buy this nutritional supplement or you got to buy this weight loss product, whatever. No, that's you're going to buy what you want, right? The offers that you think are good, that are actually worth it and all that, right? So those two things, and then get paid on it. Okay, yeah, that's perfect, right? That's the perfect scenario. That's what we all want. And so that was the original idea. That's what allowed us to build, the initial thing over 300,000 people in 90 days because of that attractiveness. It was awesome. Now, of course, the platform wasn't ready, the software wasn't ready, the inventory wasn't ready. There were a lot of things that weren't ready, and it went crazy, right? And Darren explained this on his video. He said, "Hey, we thought we had enough for like 2,000 people. We thought, oh, if we could get to 2,000 people, that would be amazing," right? Because when we first started, we had less than 100 people. Right, it was less than 100 people that were just kind of okay. Yeah, let's see where this is going. And so they thought, yeah, in the next month or two, yeah, we could probably get it up to a couple thousand. That would be awesome, right? Yeah, let's do this. And so they did it, and it went crazy. It 200, 300,000 people coming in from all over the world, from Japan, from Russia, from Latin America, from all over the place. And it just went crazy. And they were like, oh, what do we do? Right. And it broke the system. Well, so what Darren started to do at that point, that's when they started to develop this whole concept of a blockchain based system, right? Blockchain opportunity to where we can, okay, yeah, we really need a platform that can handle all these things. And so they thought, okay, so there's really the three blockchains that we're using. Okay, there's three of them. There's the first blockchain is the one we already know. It's the Kala blockchain, right? So the Kala blockchain is we launched it back in June and started getting mining rigs, and so people have those Kala rigs and everything, and it's what allows for us to do to have that ecosystem, right? To have Kala as the coin, and so we have a way to mine it, whether you're doing proof of effort or proof of work, core or rigs, right? Then you have the Kala, and then now they're doing that final piece of the integration. But that's the first one. Yeah, that's the first blockchain. Then, because there were two issues that we had with, the initial, right, the initial concept of rank and share, and the first major problem was abuse. Okay, so the abuse of the system, where people started using emulators, people started, setting up multiple accounts, and just all that, and stacking and everything, and they really didn't have a way to control that. They didn't really have a way to say, oh, you can only have one account, or you can only be on one machine, or you can, that you're actually a real person, all that stuff. And so that's where the abuse came in. And people just thought, well, hey, if I know I can make money by doing, watching videos and downloading whatever, I'm just going to set it all up so I can, have 100 of them all set up for me, and and they ate up all the inventory, right? It just gone, and so there wasn't enough for people to do, and it was not a good thing. And so, and then of course the ad networks were like, well, you basically just used it all up with fake accounts, right? So we can't trust you anymore, and so it all just dried up and went away, and it was sad. And so they had to figure out how to kind of redo everything and get it established. So that was number one thing. And so that's where comp chain comes into play, right? So when we hear about comp chain, we hear, oh yeah, there's this whole comp chain thing. I mean, it sounds okay, sounds interesting. Be able to have your identity on a blockchain and have your team and protected and all that stuff. And that's good. That's a good thing. But really, what it's doing is it's verifying who you are. It's that you are a real person, right? You're doing the KYC, the know your customer stuff, uploading your driver's license or your passport or whatever, so they know that you are you, that you're a real person. You upload your picture, right? And they verify, oh, yep, okay, that's a real account, and you can only have one account. And it fixes that first problem. It fixes the idea of abuse. Okay. Oh, okay. Now the advertisers, those that want to pay for activities, can now say with confidence, okay, yeah, these are real individuals that I would want to send my advertising to, because I know I'm going to get a real result from it, right? And that's cool. But the other thing that's super important is the concept that we all know from Facebook and Google and other companies, right? Twitter, is how do they monetize? How do they make money? Right? We know that they don't pay. You don't pay for a monthly subscription to be on Facebook. You don't pay to use Google, really. You don't have to pay for Twitter. And so, how are they making money? Well, it's data, right? It's our information. So we know that Facebook, on average, makes about $12 per month per active user. So what's an active user? An active user is somebody that logs in at least once a week. Okay, that's what they consider an active user. Now there's 2 billion accounts on Facebook plus, right? But active, it's actually about 1 billion. So about half, okay, half of the users on Facebook actually log in about once a week. Okay, so think about that, right? $12 per active user, $12 billion in advertising revenue. And why? Why the advertisers pay? Right? What are they looking for? Well, if you've ever done any kind of Facebook advertising, right, you know how it works, right? You know that you can go in and you can say, okay, I've got a video or I've got an ad or whatever that I want to send to a certain demographic, right? I want to narrow it down. I want to be able to say, okay, I'm going to send this only to men from the ages of 30 to 35 who live in the state of Nevada, right? Who are interested in Pokemon, right? And so you can narrow it down like a lot. And what that does, that targeted advertising allows for better results, right? Because now you can create that ad and have it be, hey, 35-year-olds that play Pokemon are the best. Check out this T-shirt, right? And it's like they got it, with Pikachu or whatever, right? And so they know, that there's a more likely possibility that that person is going to buy that T-shirt because it's for them, right? It's targeted. It's, oh, I'm 35. Oh, yeah, and I like Pokemon. Oh, this is cool, right? This is for me. So that's just, and that's how they do it. And so they're willing to pay for that targeted advertising because they know the data, right? They know the information about the person. Okay, that's what they're really providing, right? And it's like, okay, that's cool. So Facebook, that's what they use. They have the whole my data thing, right? But what they don't have is the whole verification in the team that this is who that person really is. Because they maybe don't really care, but for specific, hey, I want your opinion type stuff, you need that, right? So what do we got? So what we have is a perfect scenario with three blockchains, okay, that make it all possible, that tie it all together. So now you have, the whole Kala network. Awesome. Okay. Now you have comp chain technology, which allows for that verification of who we are, that we're not stacking teams, that there's no abuse going to be happening, stuff like that. And then we have this new one that's going to be rolled out at some point, that is the whole data idea, right? Where this blockchain is going to be able to keep track of who we are, basically, right? And it will know, in my case, right? And I'll just give an example. So I'm a big Star Wars fan, right? I love Star Wars ever since I was little. I've been a fan. And so when I go on Facebook, for example, and it's close to my birthday, so in May, right? So all of a sudden I'll get stuff that, the best Star Wars fans were born in May, right? And I'm like, oh, that's me. And I see that right on Facebook, a little ad for a t-shirt. And oh yeah, that's me. Best Star Wars fans, get this t-shirt, right? Okay, cool. And it's maybe got a discount or whatever. So here's a scenario. Okay. Now, obviously, this is not ready to go yet. Okay. So this is the vision. This is how I see all of this happening. Okay. And it's going to be pretty cool. So what it's going to do is, think of it this way. So let's say or let's say it's me, right? So I go on to, into the platform, whatever it is, right? So let's call it Core, right? So let's say it's this new version of Core that, has some things, right? So I'm doing it on there, and browsing around. All of a sudden, I see an ad, and it says, hey, let's say this is next May, right? May of 2019. And because we got the new episode 9, right? Star Wars episode 9 is coming out in December. And I'm excited. I'm kind of getting, maybe there's going to be some new trailers coming out for episode 9. And so I'm on there, and it's like, oh, yeah, okay, here we go. Star Wars coming. And I see an ad, right? And it says, hey, for episode 9 coming out, the best Star Wars fans, right, born in May, and get ready for episode 9. I'm like, yes, that's true, that's me. All right. And so I go on and I buy the shirt, right? Because it's got Luke Skywalker or something on there, right? Because Luke Skywalker's going to be in it. He's going to be a Force ghost, right? Okay, cool. And so I'm excited. Because this is all happening. Well, so I get on there and I buy the shirt and everything, and guess what happens? Because I bought the shirt, right, which was something I wanted, it was something I was interested in, and it had a good price, right? It was probably like, hey, 50% off or something. Okay, cool, it's a good deal. So I get the shirt, and what happens? Well, my sponsor, my upline, right, John Holbrook, he now gets commission, right? He gets paid a commission because I bought the shirt. That's cool, right? That's where we're going. All right, good. And then, so that's the whole, okay, they targeted me and everything, but because we're affiliates, in the plan, okay, so there's a commission that gets produced. Okay, now because I bought the shirt, they recognize, okay, so he's legit, he's interested, so he's kind of the guy that we would want to get the opinion of on this new trailer we're making for episode 9. Right. So, okay, cool. So episode 9, it's going to have there's 3 versions of the trailer, right? The movie trailer. And it's like, okay, great. Jeremy, which of these 3 do you like the best? Right. We saw that you bought the shirt. So we want your opinion now on which of these 3 is the one that you would like to use or would like to see. And so then they show me, right? They give me the option to see 3 versions of the trailer, the new trailer for episode 9 that's going to come out. And they say, which one of those do you like the best? And then I give my opinion, right? Okay, I watched all 3. Oh no, I like number 2. Number 2 was cool because it had this and that, whatever. And so I submit it, boom, take me maybe 5 minutes to do or something. And they say, okay, thanks. Here's 500 points, right? For doing that. 500 points. Cool. That's like $5. So I just got paid $5 to watch movie trailers of the show I'm excited about to see, right? I got my shirt, I got my $5. I got to see the movie trailers a little bit earlier than normal. I'm excited. I'm happy. Wow. And Mr. John Holbrook also gets a commission from that, that $5, right? And the 500 points, it produces a commission for him as well. So I did an activity. I got paid for it. I bought a shirt that I wanted. And, John got paid for both. So that is where we're going. Right? Can you see that perfect scenario? That's what's so cool about it. That's wow. Okay. That's the ideal situation. And it's awesome. It's awesome. So that's where we're going. That's what they're doing with these 3 blockchains. It's going to be my data, my network, right? My coin. Okay. Those 3 things, my coin, or my coin, my currency, right? You could say, okay, which is called my network and my data. And all of that combines to allow us now to get paid out. With the team, get paid when our team buys stuff and when our team does stuff. Okay, the key component there, and it's cool all around. So that's where we're going. That's what they've been building, and that's what's getting released here in the next little bit. Is all this is coming together, right? And it's going to be super fun. Okay, so with that, I hope that I wasn't rambling too much, but I had prepared a presentation today, and it's going to be on 18 ways to make money faster in network marketing from Todd Falcone. You guys may have heard of him. He's a trainer, industry trainer, and does a great job. And so I'm borrowing from him for this training today. But anyway, I just want to give you an update. That's kind of what was explained in Darren's video. That's where we're going. Internal exchange, all those things working together, right, to have this amazing platform. So when people ask you, are you still involved in that NUI thing? Yeah. Well, you say, yes, I am absolutely happily involved with it because I can see where this is going. I can see what they're building, and I totally want to be a part of that because I really do think it will be the next Facebook, the next Google, the next whatever, right? That's where we're going, but it takes longer, right, to do those things. I mean, Facebook, it took them years to get to where they're at, and Amazon took decades to get where they're at. So this is just normal. This is just being part of a startup, and so I'll just go back to this whole concept. I always hear it all the time. You always hear it is, oh, what if you had invested $1,000 in Amazon when they first started? What if you had invested $1,000 into Google when they first started? How much would that be worth, right? What if you had bought a whole bunch of Bitcoins at the beginning? How much would that be worth? And yet, people hear that, right? But they have to realize it took Bitcoin 9 years to get to where it's at, right? To over $6,000. It took Amazon 20 years to get to where it's at right now. So the whole get rich quick thing, right? That doesn't work. You have to give it the time. And so what I'm saying is, what if you had invested, or taken part of NUI right at the beginning? Right? What if you had put in, just $25 into NUI? What if you had put in some time and effort to build it up? What if you had put in, $1,000 into NUI when it was first getting going? What, how rich would you be now, 10 years later, right? How rich would you be? Well, it takes vision, guys. It takes vision. You've got to see that. You've got to understand that it takes, time for it to get there, right? You're not going to become a millionaire overnight. It doesn't work that way. It takes that time. So that's what we're doing right now. We're investing our time and effort and money into a startup. Okay. And it may seem like it's not doing that great right now. You may think, oh, I'm not making that much money right now, but you know what? You got to hang on there, right? You got to hodl, right? Hang on for dear life and just stick with it. And then over time, it will become what you want it to be. We got to get out of the lottery mentality, right? How many people put money into the lottery and only one person won, right? And, so everybody else paid for that one person to be happy. We don't want that. We want everyone to be happy. But for everyone to be happy, we got to do the effort, got to work at it, and we got to give it the time to build. So anyway, with that, enough rambling. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go through the 18 things that Todd Falcone shares with us on what will help us to make more money in network marketing. All right, welcome everybody to the Kaizen 360 team presentation. My name is Jeremy Jenkins, and as always, we are super excited to share with you some Kaizen ideas, fundamentals that will help you to be a better person, that will help you to have success in whatever you're doing with your business and in your life. So today, we're going to be talking about the 18 ways to make money faster in network marketing by Todd Falcone. So Todd Falcone is a industry expert, teacher, mentor. He goes around helping people have success with their businesses. And these are 18 things that he is recommending, right, to make money faster in network marketing. So let's go through these real quick. So the first one, and this is important, and it's kind of controversial, I know, but my experience is that this is true. Okay, choose only one company. That you should not be building multiple things, no matter how fast or slow you want to grow. Okay, focus is crucial for successes. Singular laser focus is necessary to achieve true success in anything. So let me put it this way. I've been in this industry for a long time, and I do not know more than 2 people who earn multiple 6-figure income by doing more than one company. You have to choose your horse and ride towards the sunset. Okay. Now, that may or may not ring true for some people. I know there's a lot of stuff out there. Oh, multiple streams of income, and don't put all your eggs in one basket, and some of these supposed bits of wisdom. But you know what? What happens is when you do that, when you're so careful like that, what you do is you set the wrong example. Because just think of it this way: if you're building a team, right, and you then all of a sudden see your team as not focused, right? You see your team that they're coming on board and they're excited at first, but then they start doing other stuff, right? They start talking about, this other product or this other company or this other thing that they're doing too, and I don't know, right? What does it do? Well, you're not going to be happy with them, right? You as a leader, you're going to be like, what are you doing? What? No, you need to be focused, right? We're working on this thing here. And if you're dividing your time, right? Because our time is limited. We know that our time is limited. We only have so much time in a day. Most of us are so busy, we can't even do one company, right? So, what makes you think you can do 2 or 3 or more? Right? If you're doing that, all you're doing is you're just confusing people, right? Because once you start to do that, then they're going to see that you're not convinced, that you don't have any conviction, right? That you don't see that this product is the most amazing product ever. And, so they're just going to kind of take it, with a grain of salt and be like, oh, okay, it might be good, might not. You have to be 100%. You have to put on the t-shirt and wear the hat, and you just got to. That's the secret. Okay. Some people think, oh, the sum, of all these other things is going to make up for it. No, you're just going to go slow. That's what's going to happen. If you, do one and then you talk about a little bit about the other, and I'm going to do, I've seen it too many times where people are doing like 3 or 4 different things, right? And all it does is it just makes them look unprofessional, right? I'm serious. It's like, I wouldn't want to work with them as a leader. No, because they're too distracted. They're talking about too many different things, and they're not serious about it. And it's frustrating because there's a lot of good things out there, and I get it. I mean, I see it, and I get people try and recruit me all the time, and they're like, "Hey, Jeremy, come do this with me," and I look at it, and it's a great opportunity. It's a good thing, right? But I'm focused. I know where I'm at. I know what I'm doing. And so I have to politely decline and say, no, sorry. That's not for me. It looks good. Might be good for you. I respect what you're doing and everything, but I know where I'm at. My flag is planted and I'm going to do this. And, that because, what would happen if all of a sudden I were to go out and start saying, hey, let's, look at this other thing. It would deflate all the confidence of my team. Everyone would be like, "What? What? Why is Jeremy doing that? Why is he talking about something else? Oh my gosh!" And it would make it feel like, "Oh, okay, I better." Something's going on, right? So I better be careful because he might know something I don't know about the company. And it starts to sow seeds of doubt and issues, and it's just not good. It's just not good. You have to be 100% focused and stick with it and realize that it's going to take time and just be patient, right? And not keep looking at follow the shiny object, right? Oh, next shiny object, or not being like a squirrel, right? Or like a dog chasing a squirrel. It's like, oh, I'm going to do this, and oh, squirrel, right? And we're gone. That's a problem. That's a problem we see, especially nowadays with instant gratification, our cell phone, and everything. People are just always looking at different stuff, and no, not good. So yeah, number one, this is number one for a reason. Choose only one company, stick with it, and give it that laser focus, and then you will attract the leaders, right? So this brings us to number two, which is kind of along those same lines. You have to operate in a state of belief to attract people. I say it on every stage throughout the world. It is impossible to sell something if you do not believe in it personally. So work on this, right? Put yourself in the mental state where you have a true conviction, where you accept that you are in network marketing, you're proud of it, and there are many people around the world who claim to be in networking, but they operate in a state of doubt. The moment you change from doubt to belief, your business will change. And that has to do with number one, right? You are in one company, you believe in it, you believe in the product, and you are an ambassador and you're going for it, right? And you believe in it. You believe in it with all your heart. And then you will attract people. Then people will want to follow you. Then people will want to do it with you. But, if you're squirrely, if you're changing things all around all the time, then people will not respect you. They will not want to join you. They will see that you're, not focused, because one of the true aspects of a leader is that you stick with it and that you help them have success. And if you're jumping around all the time, then you won't have the ability to help them, right? It's all about you. That's really what happens when you're doing multiple things. Is it means it's all about you. It's selfish. It really is. It's selfish. And because now you're not giving your team the time and leadership and mentorship to stick with something, right? You're taking them all over the place, and maybe you could do it. Maybe you have the skills, right, to try and do a bunch of things, but most people don't. And so all you're doing is hurting them and not helping them, and you're not team building. And so you're going to leave people behind, and that's not fair. Okay. So stick with one company and believe in it. Then you can attract people and then help those people to have success, and then you will have success. That's the Zig Ziglar way, right? You just got to do it. You just got to stick with it, even when it gets hard, and stop jumping around. Okay. Be submerged in success. Same thing, right? Same idea. The more time you spend with positive, optimistic people who are willing to support you, the better your mentality will be towards the business. It's very simple, really. You have to be with motivated people, and motivation sticks. Do the opposite, and the same goes for you. Choose wisely with whom you spend free time outside of time with the family. It can alter your consciousness in a big way, right? So you've got to be submerged in it. You got to stick with it. You got to, like I said, put on the shirt and hang out with the leaders in the company you're building, and just do it. Okay. Just do it and be faithful. And then you will have success. Then you will start to attract the masses. Then you will start to absorb that that influence, and it will be awesome, right? Because the true success comes when you help others have their success. That's really what it comes down to. Okay. Your attitude determines your altitude. We know that too. It's all about the attitude. Okay. If you are constantly, complaining, constantly seeing the bad in things, it's an attitude, right? It sounds cliche, but it's true. How you decide to respond to your different circumstances and situations in your life is a determining factor in how far you get ahead in life. Be very, very aware of how you treat people and how you respond and react to situations in your business. Everyone is watching. What do you want them to see? Okay. So you got to be always positive. You always got to, see the good in everything. You always got to be optimistic, and, and sure, we don't just take things, lying down, right? Obviously, if there's problems or issues or whatever, then, yeah, we can bring them up and in a respectful way and say, hey, we're seeing this or that, and how can we fix it? Let's work together, see what's going on, all that. But that's how you do it, right? It's your attitude about things. You're positive. Okay, great. Let's find a solution, right? Or present solutions, right? And if the solutions are not super quick, just say, what's going on? Follow up, all of that. But that's definitely a key factor, because leaders, right? Leaders want to work with people who are finding solutions. Or hey, if you bring something to the table, hey, what about this? What about that? That's great. That's fine. But you got to also be willing to be flexible, right? The whole idea of blessed are the flexible, for they will not be bent out of shape, right? You probably heard that. And I love that, right? You just got to be flexible, got to roll with the punches, and, help be a team builder and team player, and work together to make things happen. Okay. All right. Number 5, absorb and apply. So this is super important too. Too often I see people attending events, reading books, or listening to powerful training material and then not doing anything with it. Make it your purpose from now on to take information and apply it. What is the point of reading a good book or attending an event if you do not immediately take that information and use it to make money? Knowledge is nothing unless it is used. So act on the things you learn immediately, right? Just absorb it. Be a sponge, right? Get it into your system and start applying it. Okay. Start using it. Oh, it's so funny. I have people jump on my webinars and listen to stuff all the time. And then I watch them and they don't apply it. And I'm like, really? Why did you spend 40 minutes with me and not use it anyway? But yeah, absorb it and apply it. Do it. We gotta just do these things. Number 6, practice more. I have said this in a recent video, and it was based on observations from speaking around the world. Very few people in this business practice enough. However, they wonder why they're not good, or why they don't get good results. They expect the greatness of the mediocre performances, right? Do they want to be? Do you want to be good? Very, very good? Then put practice into everything you do. All your training, everything you teach people should include more than just simply sending a message or speaking from the podium. You want to organize people into small groups and put them to work on their skills, right? Doing role playing and all that stuff. And have them participate and get new perspectives in the conversation, in their presentations, and even how to sign people up. Professionals practice. It's what makes them professional. How is it that so few people take the time to practice in this business? Let's change that, guys. Practice is based on competition. Put more of it into training, and it will be more likely that you make quick money in networking. Okay. Number 7, check yourself before crashing. What does that mean? Well, this is what it means. You do not have a job here. Okay. This is a voluntary sport. Your sponsor is not going to do it for you. They are not there to look at you and make sure that you're doing your business. You work on your own, and it requires an extremely high level of personal responsibility. So, how do you check yourself before crashing? Well, You perform automatic checks. That means tracking your numbers. So how many new people do you talk to each day, for example, right? Take the time to track it. 0 is not a good number. If you have ever seen me speak before, you've seen my exercise, draw a box. Drawing a box, and then you draw a box, then you write there the number of new people with whom you have spoken in the last 24 hours about your business. If you do that every day, you will have the kind of feedback that you need to know if you are in the game or if you're just treating it as a hobby. Okay? Important. Number 8, do what makes money. It is quite easy to get into busy activities that do not really make us any money at all. Your days can go by very quickly without doing anything productive. The only things that really make money or make you money are presenting, prospecting, and exposing. That's what counts. Okay. So if you are not spending most of your time doing presentations and talking to people about your product or business, then you are not actually doing the right activities to help accelerate the process of becoming a success. Okay. Super important. Number 9, know where you are going. I know that sometimes, or some of this may seem like common sense, but I've also realized that it's not really that common anymore, right? Common sense is not that common. You need to know exactly how far you are from your next rank advance. Is it crystal clear what exactly needs to be done so you can get to your next rank? Do you know what is necessary in order to maintain that rank? Success does not come quickly or by accident, right? It makes sure you build your business on purpose by knowing exactly what it takes to get you up to the next rank in your compensation plan. It's key. You got to set those goals and achieve them. Right? It's not just enough to okay, I'm here. I'm listening. Hey, this sounds fun. I'm excited. You got to do it. You just got to do it. Okay. Find activity points. So one of the most powerful things you can do is analyze your downline, right? Your genealogy report for doers, right? People, you got to find the people in your group, no matter where they are, no matter how deep they are in your group, and connect with them. They are your assets. You have to work very closely with them. You have to call them and introduce yourself, offer your help, find those builders, no matter where they are in the team, and help them. Do not chase people who are not doing anything. Find the people who are doing something and help them to become something big. Okay? Work with, build where there's fire. That's another way to say that. Build where there's fire. Don't waste your time on people that aren't interested. Go find the builders and work with them. Number 11, make space in your day. You cannot succeed in a business where you have not set aside some time for the building of it. It will not happen organically. If you are new to this business, you have to manage your schedule. What can be waived or postponed? We are all busy and our schedules are full. So, what things exist in your schedule that are not negotiable or that are negotiable? That is not necessary. Replace unnecessary activities with those that build the business. You just got to make time. Right? You're not going to ever have time unless you make it. Okay. Number 12, recognize little successes. All network marketing companies recognize people for their achievements and rank advances. Do not forget that you hold the reins for the success of your personal team. Be sure to take the time to acknowledge both publicly and privately and praise people, even for the simplest and smallest of achievements. Complimenting someone and recognizing them for doing something, even a small thing, like making a sale of product, can be very effective in keeping them motivated and moving forward. Okay? Recognition, so key. Just send it out there. In a group text or on Facebook, whatever it is you're using. Right? Recognize people. Or even in private, right? Just even privately. Hey, that was awesome. Good job on this, or that was a great post you just did. All those things, right? It's magical what can happen as you do that. Okay. Number 13, focus on people, not money. The more you can get in the zone of truly caring about people and being a solution provider rather than someone who's looking to sign someone up into your business, the faster you will grow. The money comes when one concentrates on the needs of the people, not on your own needs. I know you want success. and you want it quickly, but it only happens by changing your focus to them, right? That's what I'm talking about, just at the very beginning. When, if you're out there just going, doing multiple things and just trying to sign up as many people as possible into a different program or whatever, you're focusing on you, right? You're focusing on you and the commission you can make on that, and you're not focusing on your team. Focus on the people. Help them have success. Help them duplicate, right? And the only way to do that is if you're in one thing, 100% focused, doing it. Okay. And then you can focus on them, help them do the same thing, and then it will start to go. Then it will start to grow. Then it will blossom, right? But if you're jumping around from one thing to the other, then that's just like, oh, plant some seeds, but then, and just hope they might do something, right? But, for long term, this is how you do it. Focus on people, not money. Number 14, ask for more. Silly, I know, but true. The more you ask, the more you receive. The habit of asking questions, being curious, and finding answers puts you in the acquisition position. So, what do you acquire by asking? A lot. Start doing it more, and you'll see what I'm trying to say. Remember, you've heard it. Ask, and you will receive. It is not in the Bible, and it's not one of the most widely discussed and popular phrases for nothing, right? It's all over the place. Ask, and you will receive. So, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to find out. It's definitely one of the key things, right? The squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? Ask. Make noise. Okay, number 15. Fail more. We all make mistakes. I know. I do it all the time still, but I learn from them and do my best not to repeat things that do not work for me. Be aware of the things you do not be aware of the things you do that work well and the things that do not. And remember this, repeat what works, eliminate what doesn't. Okay. Super important. We got to try. You got to make an effort. Okay. If you're paralyzed by fear, if you're paralyzed that, I might fail, so you just never do anything, well, then you won't ever do anything. Right? You just got to do it. You just got to get up and do it. When I started doing these webinars, trainings, I messed up so many times. It was terrible, right? I said stuff that was like, oh man, and I'd have to go delete it because like, I can't believe I said that. But that's how you get better. You practice, right? You get on there, you fail more. You just get up and do it and do it and do it. And then you're comfortable. And then you get better and you realize that people aren't, they're not going to make fun of you. They're, most people are pretty cool and they'll tell you, hey, maybe you could do this or that better, and learn to take criticism, right? Learn to, have constructive criticism, not be offended by it and appreciate it. And hey, yep, you're right. I'm going to do that better next time. That's how you do it. It's just, trial and error, and that's how you get better. You just got to go fail more. Number 16, be the person where they say, there's something about that guy or gal. This is what I mean. Do you want people to talk about you behind your back about how slimy, terrible, bad, negative, or irresponsible you are? Of course not, right? So you do not have to be that person. Instead, be this person. Be the person who always does an exceptional job, goes beyond the mark, right? Is incredibly kind to people, a giver, trustworthy, totally reliable, and that you can always count on to do the right thing. Do that, and your business will explode. Okay. That's what, take. And it's not hard, right? Is it really hard to be nice? Is it really hard to be a giver? Is it really hard to be trustworthy and reliable? I guess, some things you need to work on, right? Kind of work better at them. That's why we are called the Team Kaizen, because we're all about getting better and improving. So if you got to work on some of those things, then do it. Okay. But it shouldn't be that hard, right? To do an exceptional job. It shouldn't be that hard to strive for excellence and all that you do. So just try it, and your business will explode. Okay. Number 17, make a culture of getting and retaining customers. I do not care what product or service you have. The only way to have lasting wealth in this business is through the acquiring of customers. Yes, you need distributors, and a lot of them. However, It is necessary that we all understand the absolute importance of customer acquisition. Our industry needs this change. We have to move to a model that is based on acquiring customers, not just signing distributors. The days of only of distributors consuming product have been left as a model of or have been left behind as a model of success in networking. Regulators hate it, right? And you should too. The good news is the following. Some of your best distributors will come from having first been a happy and satisfied customer who fell in love with the product or service, right? So go out and get those customers, right? Free customers, sign them up, get them going on testing out the product. Make sure that they understand everything. And once they're satisfied, once they see the value, then they will want to become distributors themselves. Number 18, Compressit. If you really want to go fast, okay, then you have to stop wasting time and get to work. I know you know what this means, so I'm not going to go into great detail, but you have to work every day as if you're going on vacation tomorrow, right? You understand my point clearly. Work fast, do more things, and success comes faster, period. Just get more in during the day, compress it, right? And if you're thinking about doing a fast launch, we learned from the GoPro book from Eric Worre, and it's always really affected me, was the idea that for an airplane, right? If you have an airplane that's going, taking off, it uses 80% of the fuel just in the takeoff, right? 80%, 80% of fuel in takeoff, and then the other 20% to get there, right? Because once it's in the air, it just maintains, right? It just keeps going until it needs to land. But 80% of the fuel to get it off the ground, okay? So my recommendation, if you really want to do this and do it good, is to do that, to do maybe a 90-day blitz or something and just really go crazy, right? Compress it. Just, you know what? I'm going to, instead of doing just 20, 30 minutes a day, whatever, I'm going to do 4 hours a day for my business, right? And just go for it for 90 days, 30, 60, 90, whatever you can do to just really launch it, right? Launch it to the stratosphere. And then after that, all you got to do is just maintain it, right? And all you got to do is just keep it afloat. Okay. But let's launch our business. Let's make everything happen. So with that, that's the 18 ideas. Hopefully that was helpful for you. I know it's been for me to review these 18 things and try and refocus and reapply them in my life. So if you have any questions, please get back to the person that invited you to watch this. And otherwise, we will see you on the next presentation. Thanks so much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.